Procrastination. Woo-wee! I just redid my hair. Welcome to Espresso with Aaron and Sarit.
Do you want to tell us what you did today?
Yeah, I'm redoing my hair because things got a little wild today. Where's this piece? Oh, it's over here.
Kelly, do you want to come too?
Things got a little bit wild today. Hey, welcome to Espresso with Aaron and Sarit. I'm Aaron.
And this is Boogie. And Callie's right there.
It's not called the Aaron and Boogie and Callie
And not
and
Sarit.
And today,
in case you don't know who we are.
And today we're going to be talking about how to turn your procrastination into action. And before that, I want to share with you some great news. Number one,
you did your hair.
I just redid my hair for you. That's great news. Number two, I'm stepping up my video game. I don't mean video game. I mean what you see on the social medias. And it's going to be good.
Mama.
So, my hair got a little wild today because of the videos I was recording. And
Mama.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about those videos?
Nope.
I was there for that.
I'm not going to say anything about them. You can just go find them as they pop up. All right. So how are you today, Sarit?
Doing good. Shall we begin with a couple of updates?
Update away.
Okay, update away. So just a reminder that going into 2020,
that you're awesome.
You are awesome. And in 2020, as of right now in 2025, we have intentionally chosen to move our espresso hours from morning to evening. So currently, as of right now in 2025, espresso is taking place on every Thursday. Well, actually, first 3 Thursdays of every single month at 5 p.m. Eastern.
So mark your calendar, 5 p.m. Eastern.
4 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Mountain, and 2 p.m. PST.
All right.
Okay, so this is our second episode for the month. We will do another one next week. Okay, and the reason why we have chosen to shift it is because we wanted to see, based on your guys' schedule, whether this will support your viewership. The reason why we do this is in order, like we do this as a give. To give to you. So obviously we want you here. And
I also just wanted to make it fun, a fun thing to do at like the very end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of it being like a morning thing, it's like, oh, we got to do this video. It's like, let's end our day. Let's end our day with it and just like have fun with you guys.
Yeah, it's a different energy at the end of the day like this. It's more chill versus it's so that's that. Mark your calendars if you haven't already. We'd love to see you here. And update number 2 is
I got my nails redone yesterday. Woo!
Okay, update number 3.
Update 2.A.
Okay, so many of you guys are already members of the $1 Million Body Society. The $1 Million Body Society is really the vision of this mission. So we're on a mission to transform millions of lives through the same movement, nutrition, and lifestyle habits that have transformed ours. And our intention is to be able to provide personalized lifestyle plans and a high sense of accountability in order to make health, wellness, and high performance accessible and affordable and convenient for the masses. So we've had a crazy vision. It's been almost 10 years. And last year, many of you guys who are the founding early adopters have, blindly trusted us before it was even built. And it's been one heck of a ride, and we are currently dropping our newest version of the app, and it is fully functional, and we're really excited to get it in the hands of as many people as possible. So what we have chosen to do this month, starting yesterday, going into the end of the month, is complimentary free trials. Why? Because we don't want you to take our word for it. We want you to see for yourself the value of what we do here at ES House and how it can really transfer to every area of your life. So if you are not already a part of the $1 Million Body Society, we would like to invite you to try it out right now. The sooner you get your hands on the free trial, the longer you will have it, because the trial ends at the end of this month. We don't know if we'll ever do it again. It's really kind of a crazy idea. So I would strongly encourage you to give it a try. We're not asking you for your credit card information or anything like that, because we know how this world is shifting, and we're truly like, hey, see it for yourself. Give it a shot. We want to add value to you. We want to build your level of trust. And should you choose to continue beyond this month, great. And if not, then great.
You forgot one really important thing, though. What the heck is MDBS, or the $1 Million Body Society? This is an app where you can go and get custom targets. So people are so used to tracking calories or tracking macros and all your grams of everything that you eat. And it really works until you stop doing it, or it gets boring, or it's too tedious, or it doesn't fit into your busy life that's never going to stop, or whatever other reason you stop doing it. Yes, there's a dog outside. That's really good. Thanks for letting us know. And so we wanted to create an app for ease of use, but we also wanted to create customization, because we've done a lot of one-on-one coaching, which was extremely effective, but not super cost effective for a lot of people. And so this was like, how can we take the best pieces of different group coachings, one-on-one coachings, and different things that we've rolled out, and put them into one place. All of the workouts, all of the nutrition resources and guides and meal plan examples, and
the customized lifestyle plan, the daily accountability.
So instead of having to track every single calorie or macro or gram of protein or whatever, you're actually just tracking targets, which become habits that are customized to you based on some quizzes that you take at the beginning. And so it's customized, it's tailored to you. All of the resources, workouts, everything is there. If you want to do weighted workouts, gym workouts, home workouts, body weight workouts, minimal equipment workouts, all of those are there. Kickboxing, yoga, running. There's so many different things. And so there's something for everybody. And, there's a gazillion things online that say we're the best, and so we want to just give you an actual experience of it without you having to commit to anything. So the only thing that I would say is, if you do choose to do the 10-day trial, which no, we're not going to ask for your credit card information and then start automatically charging you after 10 days. We can revisit the conversation, but our goal is to really hook you up and connect with you and show you that it can be simple and effective at the same time, and not take away from your current life.
And to also show you what is possible.
So,
yeah.
So that's the link. It's really complicated to type in, so find it in the chat wherever you're watching from, and grab it from there. Now,
bam,
on to today's conversation, which is who's challenged with procrastination? I want to see you in the comments right now. If you have something that you know you need to do, it's been hanging over your head and you haven't done it. Pay a bill, make a phone call,
take out the trash,
do your workout, something you've been like avoiding, or like, I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next month, I'll do it. Who put procrastination in the comments?
And I would love to know what was the first thing that you thought about, because the reality is that if there is one thing, there is probably more than one thing.
Or if one thing really popped up into your mind immediately,
what was that one thing?
You should probably go do it.
Yeah.
Handle it, take care of it, complete it, face it.
So what is where does procrastination come from?
I think it's like just a form of avoidance.
Mhm.
It's like something we don't want to do for whatever reason. And you know what? There could be a super simple fix to this. Why wouldn't we want to do something is because of the way we perceive it.
Mhm.
Either an outcome we anticipate that we don't want to happen, or we're anticipating that something's going to be hard, or it's going to take a long time, or it's not going to feel good, or there's some undesirable perception that we have of this thing, this task, whatever it is. And so we'll find everything else in the world to do before the thing. It happened to me last week because I was trying to think of, the problem at first is I was trying and I wasn't committed. Problema numero uno. And there was something that what was the feeling? I didn't feel like I had the skill. I didn't feel like I had the creativity. I felt like it was going to be really hard to get started and get focused. And I felt like it was going to take a while. So I was like, well, I'll just do this little thing first. I'll just do that little thing 1st. And I started putting furniture together in the morning.
Mhm.
Like that's my highest priority, is putting furniture together. Now, it is a high priority because our space is very important to us.
Mhm.
But I was using it as a way to like deter myself, because it is an important thing. So it did matter and I could justify it. But deep down, I knew, I was like, man, I really need to get started on this thing. And it's going to take a long time. The whole story was going through my head. Doing dishes, doing laundry, paying bills. Okay, what else? Keep them coming. What else? And eventually, like, it's usually like once you get started or you take care of it, you're like, wow, that's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Or, wow, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. Or, that was easier than I expected. And you're like, why didn't I just do that 3 days ago?
Yeah.
And it feels so good to complete things. Like immediately, if you see this thing and you're like, I'm just going to handle it now, boom, and you move on. It's like if nothing's hanging over your head. Sir, you're snoring really loud. I hope you're sleeping very good back here.
Mama, I'm on pillow.
Oh, you're back here. I thought
Yeah.
Callie's the one that's right here. So yes, procrastination I see as a form of avoidance.
Mhm. I would agree.
But you're not avoiding the task. You're avoiding a feeling, or you're avoiding something that you're anticipating that hasn't happened yet.
So now here's a question for you guys, and this is out of curiosity. So think about the last thing that you've procrastinated on. And my question to you is, was it a conscious choice for you to procrastinate on that thing, or was it subconscious? Because I believe that it could be both. And
say it again. What are the two options?
Was it a conscious decision?
A conscious decision would be, I know I'm avoiding this thing right now.
I know I'm avoiding this thing and I'm preferring to not do it. I'm going to the fridge
That was me.
Like eat a snack. I'm going to
You think about it all day.
I'm going to clean the house. I'm going to whatever.
But meanwhile, you're thinking about the one thing the whole time.
Yeah.
That's conscious.
Yeah,
avoidance.
That is conscious. When you know that you're avoiding it and you're still choosing to do other things instead, versus subconscious, you don't even realize that you're doing it. So I would be curious to know from you guys, with this thing that you've mentioned that you have procrastinated with, was it what was it conscious?
Just see this little thing.
Oh,
wow. Was it conscious?
And here's my thought about it. I believe that it could be both, but I'm asking you this because I'm curious to know what's coming up for you guys. Is it conscious? Are you aware that you're doing it, or are you not?
Well, if they're not aware, how would they be able to answer that?
Maybe we're bringing awareness right now.
Yeah.
And I say this because looking back at my journey, I procrastinated for a really, really long time. And I believe that all humans procrastinate to some extent. Like, I will tell you that I'm not currently immune to procrastination. Oh, Sarit never procrastinates. Like, no,
I did it.
No,
I did it
like,
early this week.
Like, I will tell you that my most common form of procrastination is when I'm not feeling fully energized, is I lay in bed for another 10, 15 minutes. It's a form of procrastination because I don't just like get up. No, it doesn't work for me that way.
Tomorrow when the alarm goes off, I'm going to start clapping.
No, I mean, I've been doing a lot better because my intention is to be at the gym exactly at 6 a.m. So I have that sense of accountability. It's like, if you're going to wait another 15 minutes, you won't be able to do your cold shower. You won't be able to sit down and do your journaling and drink your coffee. And there's certain things that really just elevate my state that I want to create, and I don't want to compromise. But like this morning, it took me like 15 minutes before the alarm, like after the alarm went off, that I intentionally chose to get out of bed. So that is a form of procrastination too.
Do you know procrastination causes anxiety?
Mm-hmm.
If you have anxiety, it could be because you're procrastinating on something. Anxiety doesn't only come from that, but it's basically like, actually, the book of the month right now in the All the Goods email, by the way, if you don't get those, that is such a sad life to live. No All the Goods. Gosh. Every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we send out an email. It's kind of like a newsletter, but it's meant to be fun and also provide a lot of really cool, great free resources. But there's a book of the month that we have, and this month it's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And in this, he talks about anxiety. This is like just a little side topic, but he's like, if you're feeling anxious, you're either living in the past or living in the future, but you're not living right now in this moment. You're not acknowledging the moment, the only moment that exists, which is right now. Now, cool. 2 seconds ago doesn't exist anymore, and 2 seconds from now also doesn't exist yet. So if you're anxious, you're not living in the only moment that you have. You're actually like unconsciously existing. That's a side note, but also when you procrastinate, it does cause anxiety because you have this thing that you get to take care of or handle. And so it just kind of like, it's like a little parachute that just kind of hangs around and slows you down from doing anything else, but you're constantly thinking about it. Sometimes you're not thinking about what you're avoiding, but when you do know,
you know.
And the other thing is that,
can we talk about the concept of consequences with prices and payoffs when it comes to procrastination?
Go for it. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. So procrastination is a way of being, just like urgency is a way of being. So
procrastination is a way of being.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm being procrastination.
I'm procrastinating.
So would that be an action or would that be a way of being?
But procrastination is reverse action.
No. Procrastination is the result of avoidance.
True.
Avoidance is the being.
True. Yeah. So procrastination is the byproduct of the way of being of avoidance, which is the opposite of urgency. So now,
or it could also be lazy. You could be avoiding, you could be lazy, you could be...
Lazy is a byproduct of what? I'm thinking.
What?
What is lazy a byproduct of?
I think lazy is a way to be. I be lazy. I think what causes laziness?
Uncertainty.
I feel like a lot of things can cause laziness.
I would say lack of purpose.
Lack of purpose, lack of discipline, lack of passion or enthusiasm.
Yeah. Yeah. So the opposite. Okay, procrastination is the opposite of rigor. Urgent is a way of being.
Yeah, urgent's like now.
Yeah. So whether or not you're being urgent or you are avoiding, there is a price and a payoff. Okay, so I'm going to use myself as an example.
Or proactive is another.
Proactive is good. I would say, yeah, depending on the circumstance.
Responsive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or responsible.
Also responsible.
So then we can say that when we are avoidant, we are choosing out of responsibility.
And welcome to this episode of Inside the Brains of Erin and Sarit,
where we get really philosophical and think out loud. So, okay, whether or not we're choosing to avoid doing something or whether or not we are choosing to get to action with regards to something, let's take the example of going to the gym, because this is something that I hear very, very often. It's like, let's say it's Thursday night, you had intended to go to the gym on Friday morning at 7 a.m.
What time are you guys going to the gym tomorrow? Because it's Thursday night.
Yeah. 7 a.m. so you can, complete your workout before you get started with your day. And then after you get started with your day, then it's the weekend and it's family time. And, like your spouse made plans and you got plans with the family.
We got plans?
We do.
You made plans?
Actually, we do got plans.
L-Dub's coming to town.
Yeah, we do got plans. So let's say you choose to avoid in the morning, and instead of getting your ass up and going to the gym and perhaps doing everything that you do prior to that, you choose to stay in bed.
Ooh.
There is a consequence to that. The consequence is you are either going to pay the price of discomfort later, or
discomfort now.
Yes, or you're going to delay the form of avoidance. So I want to touch on that, because
delay overcoming what's causing the avoidance.
You're making it really complicated.
So something causes you to avoid, but you're delaying.
So choosing to avoid going to the gym in the morning. Just hear me out real quick. Choosing to avoid going to the gym in the morning and working out will create a bigger challenge later on in the day. Because let's say you had plans with your family and now you're like, shoot, everyone, I won't be able to make it, or I will make, like game night late because I got to go to the gym first. And then your kids get pissed and your spouse is like, I'll handle it. And then your kids get even more pissed because they want to be all together. And then by the time you get home, they're sleeping. Right? So like the point that I want to share here is, whenever we choose to avoid something now, we are also either consciously or subconsciously choosing a greater challenge later on in life. This is why we believe that it is not okay to not make health a priority. And some of you guys, you were in the Momentum Mastery last night, and I was talking about how...
Who was that Momentum Mastery last night? Okay, you're talking about
how saying that something is not the right time is really just a poor excuse. because saying that right now is not the right time to level up your health or choose a higher level of commitment because maybe you're seeing some obstacle in the way, because maybe you have a deadline, or maybe you're going on a trip sometime soon, doesn't mean that it's real. It just means that it's an obstacle that you have not yet figured out how to solve. And the reality is if we wait for the right time to commit to ourselves for a higher level, then that time never actually comes. So waiting for the right time is really just it's a statement that is set as a byproduct of a pattern of avoidance. And a lot of times, I really do truly believe that when people say that, they're not even aware of it. It's all subconscious because they don't know what they don't know and they haven't dove deep.
I don't think they mean that it's not the right time, but they don't know that they don't mean that.
Right.
I think what we mean when we say, oh, it's not the right time is now is not convenient.
Mm-hmm.
But when is? There is always something going on. And then when one thing ends, you find another thing to put in that place. So
Yeah.
it's like there's if it's not convenient for you now, then it's just something that is not convenient for you, period. So no matter what's going on, you'll find a reason or a justification to be like, oh, no, it's not a good time, or it's not the right time, or I don't have enough time, which are all different disguises for that seems inconvenient and like I don't want to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's totally fine. I mean, that's totally fine. But if the result you want requires you to take certain actions, and those certain actions are the things you're saying, it's not the right time, I don't have time, it's not a good time,
Mm-hmm.
you're really just saying, I don't want to take the action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll justify with all these other things that I have going on, that's not going to work. But the reality is we spend our resources on what matters to us. It never lies.
Resources are our time, our energy, our money, and our attention. So with regards to that, saying I don't have time, going back to the conversation of no matter what, there is a consequence. And if we choose to take the easier road in the moment, we're actually choosing to take the harder road later on. So for example, saying, creating a pattern, and I'm not saying like as a one-time thing. I'm talking about it in terms of a pattern. Okay. So let's say if someone says on a consistent basis that, oh, like in January, it's not the right time, or maybe the only time they think is the right time to get started on something or to level up is January, and February, not the right time because it's too cold outside. March is not the right time because kids have spring break. April is not the right time because there is Passover. May is not the right time because, we have a beach house and it's the start of the summer with Memorial Day. June is not the right time because the kids are out of school. July is not the right time because it's the 4th of July. August is not the right time because we always go out of the country. September is not the right time because the kids go back to school. October is not the right time because it's Halloween. November is not the right time because it's Thanksgiving. December is not the right time because it's the holidays. January is the right time.
Or a birthday, a graduation, a promotion, a retirement, a celebration of any kind, mixed all up into all those months.
So with that, leading with that pattern actually creates the byproduct of you having less time.
Do you know
what? Because the consequence will be compromised health. The consequence will be chronic disease. Do you think when chronic disease shows up, it waits for the right time? Hello, I am waiting
Excuse
for
me.
the right
Is
time
now a good time?
to crash your insulin resistance, because I figured that it's January 2nd and right now is a good time for you to get started.
Hey, excuse me. Is now the right time for diabetes, or should I come back next week? What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you know what I've been avoiding?
What?
I stopped avoiding it. I'll tell you what the consequence was. We don't have any windshield washer fluid in our car, and I've seen it for like a month. No windshield washer fluid. Okay, fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need it. It's fine. And then what happens? It snowed. It snowed. And Sarit was surprised when the car was dirtier than before the snow. She's like, it didn't wash it? No, ma'am. That's not how it works. Snow, as beautiful and white as it is falling from the sky, makes shit shitty when it gets all ugly and slushy and nasty and muddy. It like pulls up the dirt from the ground. Anyways, I went to drive the car, which, by the way, our windshield freaking broke. I have no clue how, because it was fine before it snowed, and then after it snowed, all of a sudden it was broken. If anybody knows what happened, that'd be wonderful. So now we have a broken windshield with no windshield wiper fluid. So I ordered windshield wiper fluid from Amazon, which, by the way, the last thing of windshield wiper fluid we had was like, it's like a big jug. Pour it in there. So I order it. This box comes. I'm like, there's windshield wiper fluid in there? There's a little concentrate.
Do you think it's because it's Tesla?
It's concentrate.
Okay.
It's concentrate. So you mix it with water, but also because the temperatures are going below freezing, it needs some other kind of liquid, methanol, whatever.
Wow.
Anyways, apparently super dangerous. And so now it's still sitting here, but the consequence was I was driving the other day. I literally couldn't see anything. I couldn't see 5 feet in front of me because the sun was shining at the perfect angle. The window was dirty. And I was like, I have nothing to wash up. I'm creeping along like 5 miles an hour. I'm like, please, nobody walk out into the street. I had to like roll the window down and put my head out. And I was like, I can't see the other side of the road though. It was stupid. Anyways, I wish somebody was recording me. The moral of the story is stop procrastinating.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and going back to what we said earlier, so choosing to procrastinate now actually has a bigger unfavorable consequence later. So as you're hearing us say this, go back and think about what is one thing that you have been intentionally delaying in the back of your mind that you know you should have done yesterday or 3 hours ago or
3 months ago,
3 weeks ago. Get it done.
It'll feel so good.
Get it done.
It'll feel so good. And then also I want you to post on the Facebook group. Post on the Facebook group, Aaron Street Facebook group, and tell us what the heck you took care of. Sherilyn, I know there's some room in your house that has something somewhere for you to handle.
Ubaid in the house.
Ubaid!
It's good to see you, brother. It's been a minute. Yeah, so listen, to wrap this up, procrastination like shows up in all of our lives. And when procrastination is a common theme, a lot of the times it is completely subconscious. We're not even aware. And it is probably because of trauma, and it is probably because we've been in an environment that hasn't exposed us to it and that has been tolerant. But the reality is that now that we brought this topic into conversation, continuing that pattern when you're like, oh, shoot, Ernest just talked about it. I should have probably done this a week ago. Like, just get it done. Just get it done.
Handle your business.
And you may ask, well, Ernest, what if it doesn't feel good? Again, which kind of not feeling good do you want to experience?
Welcome to life.
The not feel so good right now, or the not feel or the feel even worse later. That's why one of like the first thing that Erin and I do when we first wake up in the morning is we literally throw ourselves under cold water. And granted, when we lived in Florida, the cold water only got so cold. But now that we live in Tennessee, when I tell you
cheater water.
When I tell you cold water, I'm telling you that I'm doing Wim Hof breathing for the first 30 seconds.
Oh, so the new Wim Hof breathing. This is Suri's Wim Hof breathing.
No. No.
I hear her.
Why? Well, yes, you hear me. I know. And the puppies hear me too sometimes. But and I do this to remind myself, because no matter what, our brain has a tendency of always choosing the path of least resistance. That's how survival is. But my question for you is, and I'd love to see your responses in the chat, what is your intention? Is your intention to live your life surviving, or is your intention to live your life thriving?
So listen, we got some people in the house who are going to get some shit done. So Tina has a shelf to build this weekend that she wanted to do since last May. Get her, dude.
You know what I'm committed to?
Okay.
I'm making
Hold on. And Michael was Michael, yeah. Michael. Like my kale. Like kale, you get it? Like that great. Okay. Is making a to-do list. And Sherilyn, just going outside is so different from cold water hitting your skin immediately.
Yeah.
Like the air is like the air, you know, it's cold.
It's like choosing an easier way out.
It's cold, but like when that water hits your skin, it's like ice.
Yeah.
It's like needles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clean off my dining room table.
And again, the point is to do hard things. The point is not to avoid. What's up, Corey Evans? Corey, I just texted you like 30 minutes ago. So the point,
everybody say hi, Corey.
It's been a minute. So when we choose to go out of our way and do the hard thing, guess what? We are consciously creating the pattern of, okay, do the hard thing. Also, this is why I believe that working out in the morning is incredible. For one, for most of us, our energy levels are higher in the morning to begin with, because think about your battery. If you wake up in the morning and let's say my phone right now is on the charger. Why? Because by the time like noon or 2 p.m. hits, my battery's already like at 9%. But in the morning, because it's been charging all night, my battery is super high. The same goes with our body, because our body is a unit of energy. But not just that, I say that from the reality that when you stack the beginning of your day with things that are uncomfortable, and by the time that you, let's say, sit down and have your breakfast, like you are like, dude, I already like, went out and fought with the lions, and I won my day. You're now going to be on momentum energy for the rest of the day, which momentum energy is required for completion energy. The more we have momentum that's reverse, where we feel incomplete, the more incomplete we feel. And what happens? Anyone ever felt overwhelmed because you knew that you had like 5 things hanging over your head that are incomplete? If so, go ahead and drop me in the chat. I want to see you.
All right. Okay, hold on. Stop the show. We have a birthday song to sing. La 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 la.
It's Daisy's birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daisy. Happy birthday to you.
Daisy, we were chatting today.
How old are you now? 75?
19.
12. Always the answer is 12.
AB scroll.
All right. Where were we?
We were talking about overwhelm. That overwhelm is a byproduct of repeated procrastination. Now, overwhelm
Yeah,
can
just
also
keep stacking up. It's like one plate is easy to wash, but if you just decide, I'll do it later, and then there's 2 plates, still easy to wash, but you do that 15 times and there's 7 plates, some silverware, 4 glasses, like a pan. The more it happens, the less you want to do it. It's called the law of diminishing intent. The longer it takes you to begin doing the thing that you know you need to do, the less likely you are to do it.
Yeah.
As honest as gravity.
Okay, so since today we shed light on urgency, which is the opposite of procrastination, I am choosing to make a commitment.
Action. You don't have to do it urgently, but action is the cure to procrastination.
Action is the cure, you're right. And I am choosing to do it urgently anyways, because I want to get it done ASAP, because I don't enjoy it.
What?
Guys, I do not enjoy like doing house stuff. I really don't.
So what are you going to do?
Like you are so good at it and you have the patience for it. And I'm like,
that's because that's the tool.
I'm like, thank God
That's the tool
I'm like, thank God she's by my side. Because if it's up to me, I would literally live with one mattress on the floor and I will be good. Like I will be good. But
let's be honest though.
We have this corner.
You need something for coffee. You need something for,
yeah, but I don't need to install a French press. I don't need to install a bean grinder.
Well, earlier this week, I used house stuff to avoid.
I know.
But it got done.
But anyways, so we've got this corner right here in the office. There's a bookshelf, and then there is still three outstanding boxes that either need to be tucked away or unpacked. There's
a bag
that I really don't want to see because I don't like it when things are not organized. So my commitment for you guys.
And there's 2 big boxes in there.
I know. I saw them.
And you see the 3 that are empty by the door?
I saw that. So my commitment is to be done with all things work by 6 p.m. tonight because I'm going to give myself an urgent hour.
Oh.
An urgent hour.
Oh. To
get this place organized, pick and span.
Good thing I went to the storage unit yesterday to go get the 2 things that are in the closet.
Great. What about you? I want to know. I just made a commitment. What about you?
We have a shelf being put together this weekend.
Post a photo.
We have a garage. I think that was Corey has a garage.
Oh, you know what is something that I really wanted to procrastinate? So you guys want to hear something ridiculous? I want to see if they want to hear something ridiculous.
Where did it go?
Cleaning is meditation for me. Yeah, it's cleaning is different than putting away boxes.
What music do you jam to during urgent hour? That's a great question.
Oh, EDM all the way. EDM all the way. Easy. What about you? Wait. Man, I had a question. Oh, I want to share with you guys something ridiculous.
Tell us.
So we downsized. We moved out of a house that had an entire 2-car garage to a 2-bedroom apartment.
And a pool and a sauna
and an outside space.
A lanai and a backyard.
Yeah, but we don't store things outside. That's what I'm saying.
We had 0 furniture anyways. It was all theirs. Then they did have outside furniture.
Yeah, okay.
Remember when we had a hurricane and we had to bring all that inside?
Anyways, true. We downsized. So, with that, of course, as you guys know, we have a home gym, which eventually we will move back to a house when there will be a baby Atwood. But until then, we are choosing to live in an apartment. And we got to put a lot of things in storage. And when we got our
entire
pods,
gym.
almost 2 weeks ago, we confronted a rude awakening. That day was what, like 20 degrees?
I mean, it was cold, but like moving everything around didn't really feel that cold.
And we realized how many things needed to go in storage. And the people here at the apartment building are like, oh, yeah, we have storage units here.
We're like,
would you like
so
to use
convenient.
it? We're like, yes, so convenient. And they're like, okay, it's on the 3rd floor on the so-and-so building.
It's like in a different building. So our apartment's like, there's like 4 different buildings. And our storage units in a completely different building on the 3rd floor. So we're like, well, at least it's right here. We don't have to like go drive anywhere, but we actually did because our pod was out on the street because we're in a gated area and they can't drop the pod off inside the gates. It had to be outside the gates.
Mm-hmm.
So we're using like little carts and like dollies.
I was doing
cars. We had all of our cars down there. We're like loading up all of our cars so we could come drive it up into the gate and then bring it in the house.
Wait, and then we're like, all right, we're done with unpacking everything for the house. Now for the gym stuff, which we knew we were gonna put in storage. So we were using the elevator because like, but don't you worry, because you can access your storage with an elevator. We're like, all right,
great.
well, if that's the case, we got a trolley, we got an elevator.
And then we broke the elevator.
This is why we train. And then as soon as we got to the most complicated gym equipment, I mean, like the dumbbell rack, like the heavy weird
stuff.
shit.
Heavy
the
stuff.
Elevator breaks.
We broke the elevator.
The elevator
we
breaks.
broke the elevator because it says right by the door, it says don't leave the door open for extended period of time or the elevator will need to be reset.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to get like, hurry, hold the boxes, hold the door. We're like throwing stuff in. We broke the elevator. So then we were waiting around.
So we were like, okay, that was a crazy experience. And we also realized the next day I was like, I want all of these boxes out of the house. Like when I see boxes, I get anxious. So I was like, okay, we're going to spend the entire Sunday getting like the entire house ready. And then we realized how
we don't even have a lot of stuff, but it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like we realized new challenges and we're like, shoot, we totally need a bigger storage box. So anyways, last Saturday, we took everything out of the storage unit
all the way back down
to put it in like a legit storage unit so that we can have our shit stored. I'm like,
anybody who came to our house in Tampa and like saw all of the gym stuff that we have, you don't think you have very many things until you start packing it and unpacking it. And then you realize, and you also don't realize how much shit you don't need until you live in an Airbnb for a month with the minimal amount of stuff from all of your belongings, because the rest of it is in a pod.
mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God. Well, I didn't miss half of this stuff and I survived the last month without it. So why do I need it now? But anyways, we took all of our stuff back down from the 3rd floor. So grateful that actually somebody who goes to the same gym as us lives in the same apartment building. And he saw us and he's like, hey, got to take my daughter to wherever. But if you guys are still here, when I come back, I'll come help. And he totally helped us. And it was
all the way through.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was a game changer.
But anyways, our storage unit's super convenient and easy now. It's like 10 minutes away and you just drive straight up to it. And there's no stairs, no elevators, nothing.
By the way, who lives in the Midwest, go ahead and drop Midwest, or if you're from the Midwest, because I realized something about the Midwest that I'm very pleased with. People here are a lot nicer. Like on a whole other level, which is wild. Like the amount of generosity like we've received, I'm like, like there was a guy who is like, I will carry this box for you for the apartment. I'm like, is he like trying to.
Because we were getting all of our furniture. So it's a
I was
heavy
like-
box.
I was like, no, that's okay. He's like, no. Like, I really want to help. I used to work for Amazon. So I'm like, well, maybe trying to catch a date. So while he's helping me, I will make it a point that I am unavailable and happily married to a woman. And he was totally okay, literally taking the box all the way up to the front door. And I'm like, people here are like nice on a whole other level, which is very, very refreshing.
Really,
So if
have
you're
one from the Midwest?
yes, Amanda Hanson, you are. My experience of you is extremely nice as well.
Corey lives in Tennessee.
She lives in
Over on the
Tennessee.
east
That's
side.
right.
Over on the east side. East side.
That's right. No one else from the Midwest? Well, y'all better move to the Midwest. Just saying. That's the place to be.
All right. So what else? We went from procrastination.
So
to
we would like to
storytelling.
see your completion energy, whatever that looks like. I am going to I'm going to give myself an hour to complete all things work related, and then I'm going to give myself an hour to get this office/guest bedroom ready because Eldeb's going to be here tomorrow.
So she got to go.
That's great accountability.
She
Yes.
got to go.
Yeah. And
Hey, I want to ask you guys a question, okay? If you're here right now, I see 11 people live. Okay, so listen up. When you see our stories on our Instagram, will you comment on them so more people will see them? Just a straight up,
it's a
no shame plug.
yeah.
comment
It's
on
like
more than 4 words.
Midwest love.
We're not in the Midwest.
We are in the Midwest.
Midwest is above us.
No, we are considered Midwest. The places without the ocean are the Midwest.
Every flyover state
Yes.
is the Midwest.
Yes.
We need you. I thought you were good at geography.
Drop a yes or a no. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
States are considered Midwest.
All of the ones without the ocean.
Ma'am, stop, please.
See, Maribeth said
Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan,
Nope,
Minnesota,
South.
Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, and Wisconsin.
okay, then what is
We're missing Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas.
oh. Okay.
California, Colorado,
All right,
Connecticut,
whatever.
Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois,
Okay, then
Indiana,
South.
Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Zimbabwe. Just kidding.
This is a party trick I have. I can name all of the states in the U.S. in alphabetical order. Thanks to my 3rd grade choir class.
Bam. All right, you guys. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode. We hope that you learned something new. And remember, we do this just because it's fun. And also, most importantly, because our intention is to add value for you and to make the world a better place. So if while you were getting value from it, if you did, and someone popped into your mind, our ask of you is please just go ahead and share it with them, because that's what makes the world go round. Sharing is caring. And speaking about sharing, we shared this as an announcement at the beginning of the show, and I'll just share it with you again. If you're not already a part of MDBS with the newest version.
What's MDBS?
Now, Million Dollar Body Society with the newest version of the app live, we are choosing this month for the remainder of the month to provide a free trial so that you can really see the power of the work and really what it's like in real life. And this is for you to give it a shot so you can transform your life and become the best version of yourself, because your health is your runway to everything else that's great that you want to do in your life. So that being said, I'll drop the link below. Give it a shot. See for yourself what it's about. And just a reminder that espressos are now taking place on Thursdays, first 3 Thursdays of the month. at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Mountain, and 2 p.m.
Midwest.
Pacific. Gosh. All right, you guys.
Midwest time.
Oh, quote of the day. Yes. Any place without an ocean is the Midwest. That is the quote. That's actually a great quote.
Mid means middle. West means to the west. So it's
a big country. Like whatever.
That is true.
It ain't got an ocean. All right, you guys.
Ding, 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 winner.
Thank you, baby.
All right, you guys have a great night wherever you are. Love you.
Love
See
you
you
guys.
next week, 4 Central.
Bye.